Hi, this is Lydia of Divine Health. I'm here today to talk to you about yogurt, about serving the kind of yogurt that you can buy from the store to your kids and why you might want to reconsider. Today you can go to any grocery store and you can find a million different kinds of packaged yogurt. You can get every size cup under the sun, from little itty bitty 4 ounces to big tubs of yogurt. You can get yogurt that's loaded with fruit, that's got the little granola topping. You can even get yogurt that has, I think there's yogurts with candy. You can book like little candy M&Ms and stuff, like the trail mix or something mixed with candy. and then you can get these like drinks, these yogurt drinks, the Go-Gurts or whatever they are, and these tubes of yogurt now, and there's just all this stuff, okay? So originally, yogurt was a very healthful food. It's a traditional food. It's a food that's been created around the world, and it's made with the utmost care. It's been cultured and made with fresh milk. And now it's just a food that has become this hot convenience commodity. It's like, oh, okay, yogurt. We'll stick it in the kids' lunch, and it's a great snack, and da-da-da-da. And kids love it. Well, of course they love it. It's loaded with sugar, right? So it's come so far from its original way it's been made. And here we are, and we're in this conundrum where we kind of just bought into this. We just accept it. And somehow we think because it's yogurt, it's healthy. Okay? But you know what? It's not. It's not. And if you just stop and you think for a little bit, and you go to the store one day and you look at the labels on these yogurts you're buying, and you ask yourself, what is this? What's this ingredient? What's that ingredient? And just think about it. What am I putting in my body? What am I putting in my kid's body? I know you think it's convenient right now and it's affordable, but think about the long-term picture. You're feeding your kids sugar because the low-fat milk is basically sugar. And the majority of yogurt out there is with low-fat dairy or no fat. And that means the nutrients have been all stripped away. And basically what you're left with is a sugary beverage. That's what it's going to break down to in your body. It's going to break down to sugar. And so you're adding sugar to sugar, and you're giving this to your kids, and you're thinking this is great. This is a quick, easy, healthy snack. No, it's not. It's not. So get it out of your head that it's healthy, because it's not. And stop and think, okay, is this worth giving my kid anymore? Because their health over time is going to depreciate, and they're growing right now. And when kids are growing, they need a ton of nutrition. They need those nutrients that are in the fat that's in the milk. They need those fat-soluble vitamins to grow. They need it for their brains to be happy. They need it for their blood sugar to not be, all out of whack. And then they get crazy and they get moody, and you're dealing with irritable kids all the time. All that adds up over the years, and there's a price to pay. Their health down the road is not going to be so great, and then they're going to have kids one day, and how's that going to affect that? And we really need to think about this stuff. We're at a place in this culture where we can't afford not to buy the healthy stuff that might seem a little more expensive. We can't afford not to. We have to think about this. It's really important, especially for kids. So just next time you go out and you're going to buy yogurt, I dare you to read the labels and really think about it. I think the best choices are for store-bought yogurts and really you can just buy store-bought yogurt. You don't have to make it at home. I mean, that would obviously be the best option. However, not everyone's going to be able to do that. So go to the store and look for the whole fat or the cream top yogurt, okay? And typically you're not going to find it in those little cups or the little squishy thingies or the little bottles of Go-Gurt. You're going to have to get a quart, more than likely, of some kind of good quality yogurt. You might not find it at your regular grocery store. I don't know. You might have to go to a health food store. You might, I don't know. I don't shop at the regular grocery store, so I don't know what they offer anymore. But I do know it's very possible to buy whole milk yogurt in a quart. And, you know, preferably, you know, get some organic, or look at the labels and get cultured yogurt that's got the the different strains of probiotics in them. Even those Greek yogurts, the full-fat little Greek yogurts, even with a little honey thing, that's way better, because that's 2 real food ingredients. You know, I mean, yeah, it's still got sugar, but you know, it's a real food. It doesn't have all the other garbage in there. So those are a decent option. And then, you know, those big tubs of whole milk, full fat, cream top yogurts, you know, you can bring those home. You can doctor them up with a little honey and some fruit and give them to your kids. And if they balk about it and won't eat it, guess what? You just stick it in the blender, you puree it up, you make popsicles. Hey, do it when they're not looking if you have to. Tell them later, hey, I made you some creamsicles, you know? And they'll love you for it, because what kid turns away popsicles? Now, if they're used to the sugar-laden popsicles, they might try it and be like, you know, they might fuss. If they're really used to a lot of processed food and sugar, they might fuss. But keep trying. Don't give up. You know, try making some yogurt in a smoothie. Try some different things. But don't say it's not worth the fight, because it is. It might be a brief battle, and you have no idea. I mean, I have 4 kids. I've gone through so many different food battles with my kids. I've seen my kids come so far in their journey towards real food, and they are doing so much better. And the foods that they embrace versus where we used to be, and what's out there. I mean, I'm just thrilled and astonished. And all it takes is you as a parent being fastidious and just pushing forward and pushing through all the roadblocks, because really, it's so worth it. It's so worth it for the future. If you just think about it, they've got the rest of their lives to live, and you are the one that's going to be nourishing them, and they're depending on you to do so. They don't really know that they're just a child, you know. They're depending on mom and dad to feed them and take care of them, and so we really need to evaluate this as parents, and just in general. Look at these items that are out there in the store and really evaluate what they're doing to your bodies and what you're putting in your bodies, and realize it's really not worth it. So I just challenge you to really consider your yogurt purchases from now on. One last thing I just want to point out is there is an awesome resource by the Weston A. Price Foundation. It's a shopping guide. I believe it's about $1. And it has a list of every type of food. You know, you've got meats, cheeses, dairy, you know, whatever the food topic is. And it'll list the best quality product that you can buy. And, you know, they've really done the research, and they really went out there and looked for the best quality items. So that's a really great resource to have if you are trying to transition from processed foods into real foods and you don't really know kind of how to navigate that. That shopping guide will really help you. So I'll put a link in the post, and you can check that out. And definitely hope you'll utilize that great resource. So thanks for listening, and take care.